vibrant, eclectic, historic Kenilworth, that's right behind me, is located within a walking distance to ℊ𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕼, ℊ𝕠𝕟 estate that was completely decimated during Hurricane Helene. And so in this video, I would like to tell you what it all looks like here in Kenilworth post Hurricane Helene. What are your options if you decide to live there? Because it's truly one of a kind, super unique neighborhood that is located within 3 minutes of downtown Asheville as well. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Original Living in Asheville channel. This is elenakovrigin with Landon Key Realty, powered by ℂ𝕠𝕟 Realty here in Asheville, North Carolina. If you have questions about relocation, what it all looks like post-hurricane, any kind of questions, our team and I are here to help. Our contact information is down in the description. Founded in 1913 as a town of Kenilworth, it was the first township with a female mayor. Quiet residential Kenilworth is notable for eclectic 1920s architecture with Spanish-style villas, craftsman bungalows, and Tudor revival cottages spread over winding, hilly streets. Today, Kenilworth is a neighborhood of over 900 homes and counting. And so just a short walk, like I said, from Biltmore Village, Kenilworth is super conveniently located to all kinds of amenities. And just a few months ago, just a few weeks ago, we could say that, you know, you could also walk or have a short drive, like a minute drive to Biltmore Village and all its amenities and everything it has to offer, shops and stores and restaurants. And of course, now it's all been gone or damaged, and it's gonna take weeks, if not months, to restore it. But on the other hand, downtown is just 3 minutes, depending on where in Kenilworth you live, because it's a pretty big area. It's about 3 minutes from downtown Asheville. On the other side, Tunnel Road that hugs it on the eastern side, it has a ton of different amenities, restaurants, all kinds of stuff on the other side, including Whole Foods, Target, Lowe's, Asheville Mall. So it is so conveniently located to everything. I mean, the location is hard to beat, honestly. With that comes a little thing that you might not hear from other people, but if you can see here, it is also, again, depending on where in Kenilworth you live, it can be a very short distance to Mission Hospital, which is, on one hand, is convenient, right? If there's an emergency, if you need to go to the hospital or urgent care, whatever that is, you're right there. With that comes helicopters, because Mission has helicopters, and it's not uncommon to hear the sirens as well as helicopters go above your head. So keep that in mind. Again, depending on where in Kenilworth you live, it may be a bigger issue than not. If you live on the farther side of Kenilworth, and of course you can't see from here, but on the other side, there's actually a lake in Kenilworth. People who live on that side typically don't even hear anything, any kind of noise from the hospital, but just keep that in mind. A sense of community is echoed in its artistic vibe, and a ton of artists who apparently live in Kenilworth. In fact, Kenilworth Artist Association is having a studio tour in the neighborhood homes and studios. So all these artists will open their homes, aka studios. There's, I think, 14 locations. You can check out and go to the link that I'm going to put down in the description if you are interested. The studio tour will take place on November 30th and December 1st. But again, I'm going to put a link down in the description, and you can check it out and drive through this very eclectic, very cool neighborhood and see for yourself before you make any kind of commitment. And so some parts of Kenilworth will remind you and will look like that little town that it once was, or when it was originally founded. There are a few churches. There is, I believe, the first or the oldest African-American cemetery that is located right here in Kenilworth. There are several parks, a playground, that lake where you can also live by. So all kinds of stuff right here within Kenilworth. And of course, that great sense of community. So I don't think there was a lot of damage here in Kenilworth during the storm. Of course, there were a ton of trees down. I actually had to come that weekend and deliver some goods to some ladies who live right here in this little house. One of the ladies' sister posted on Facebook that she cannot get a hold of her and that they cannot get out. And when I tried to get here, it took me a while to get to this house because there were a lot of trees down, blocking the road, blocking the street. So there were just, some detours that you had to go through. But right now, everything, you still see some trees along the road that, brush and cut up trees, but for the most part, it looks like nothing happened. And that's a great side. This is my favorite part of Kenilworth. These houses, to me, that is Kenilworth. That is that old Kenilworth that I love. But what are your options when it comes to living in Kenilworth? Well, first of all, median sales price in Kenilworth is $800,000. I know, it's not the cheapest place. A lot of these historic homes with character come with price, and that's what I tell everyone. If you need character, you better have money. So when it comes to your options, if you decide to, Kenilworth is the place, you can actually buy a vacant lot. Right now, I think there's only one vacant lot available, but I see them pop up here and there throughout the years. So that's an option. You can build a house here. You can actually rent an apartment in a historic Kenilworth Inn, or it was designed to replace an earlier hotel, and it then became a military hospital as soon as it was built. But now it's an apartment complex, basically. You can also buy a house. And again, the options are a lot of historic homes with all these different styles, including ranch style homes, Tudor style, Spanish style villas. That is why it's so eclectic, and it's so cool to drive through here and just kind of even look at and stare at all the houses. And you can even stay at Airbnb. This condotel complex that is one of the few, or one of the only ones in the whole Asheville area. It is located in city limits, 3 minutes to downtown. You can even try, if you want to, try to walk to downtown from it, but it's one of the only condotels, so it's a condo and a hotel. You can stay there, or you can buy one of those. We had clients just close on one of those units. They're gonna come and visit it when they want to come to Asheville, and the rest of the time it's gonna be Airbnb in city limits, 3 minutes from downtown. Can't beat that. So if you like historic homes with character, Kenilworth is definitely for you. Although a lot of these homes come with a pretty high price tag, like this one, but they're so beautiful, so much character, and a lot of them are pretty big. You want to take a look at it? Come on. And as I go to the front door of this house, through the trees, and now of course the leaves are gone, most of the leaves are gone, you can see Biltmore Village. So it's literally within walking distance to Biltmore Village. That's how close it is. And so $1.8 million will buy you this beauty here in Kenilworth. Just check this out. Where else do you find anything like this? They sure do not build houses with all the wood detail like this house has. So big, so spacious. Of course, it has squeaky floors that are leaning. That's typical. That comes with every old house with character. Check out this huge kitchen with industrial style stove, oven. It's gigantic. A pretty big area for your breakfast nook. This is a full-size dining table, as well as a separate, of course, formal dining room with a fireplace, of course. back to the foyer and into the sitting room. This house just breathes, that era, that I just can't get enough of this. All these details. Look at this. Also, look at this giant puzzle. Who has time for this? No words Absolutely stunning. $1.8 million, and it's yours here in Kenilworth, 5 minutes from downtown Asheville. 2 minutes to ℊ𝕠𝕟𝕟𝕼 Village, 2 minutes to ℊ𝕠𝕟 Estate. Large hallways, everything is oversized here. Oh my God. And the best part is that the bathrooms are updated. Kitchen and the bathrooms are updated, so you don't have to worry about that. I think this is a primary suite, and oh my God, look at this tile work. Okay, I think I activated the toilet. The toilet is smarter than us, but check this out. Oh my God, sold. I mean, can you see yourself taking showers in this oversized shower, as well as maybe taking a bath right here? I certainly can. The eclectic tradition continues to this date here in Kenilworth, and we see a lot of these pockets of and clusters of newer homes here in Kenilworth, and I'm gonna show you one of them. For this one, you're gonna need to buckle up. Look at this driveway. Dare to come and look at it. I don't even see where I'm going, so you have to go very carefully. And there's a little landing at the top, thankfully, where I can turn around and breathe. I actually showed this house when it was first built in 2019. And when I showed it to one of my clients, I believe it was somebody from YouTube, so you might be watching it again. My clients didn't even want to go up the driveway. They parked down there and they just walked up because the driveway would just freak them out so much. But again, this is not uncommon to see homes like this in Kenilworth. They are basically brand new, right next to older 100-year-old houses. And so, like I said, it is not completely uncommon, not just in Kenilworth, but in other older established neighborhoods here in the area, to see these pockets of new home, basically brand new homes like this one and one right next door that kind of sit up on top of the hill in this case, do not have a lot of yard or a lot of elbow room, but you know, it's all about location for people, okay? So let's go and take a peek and see what it looks like to live in one of these homes. Again, the driveway, you can see how steep it is. So if you are from an area where it's all flat, this might freak you out, so just a fair warning. So obviously, very different style from everything else in Kenilworth, meaning from all the original homes in Kenilworth, but also has tall ceilings, lots of natural light, all the modern features with some rustic elements. So it really is, you know, that eclectic vibe that continues in Kenilworth to this date. Look at this gigantic island. It seats 4 people, lots of cabinets, lots of windows, lots of light. And by the way, check out our reviews on Google from people mostly like you who found us on this channel and decided to relocate to the area. Primary suite is right off of the kitchen, as well as this half bath, pantry, this hallway. Ooh, lots of natural light. I love that. Tall ceilings. This is one of the bedrooms. This is not primary, we're still looking for it. Oh, okay, I know what it is. This is a primary suite section. So once you get here from the kitchen, you can just close off. This is your hallway. This is your walk-in closet, bedroom, and the bathroom. Let's look at the tile in the bathroom. Zero entry, or whatever it's called. Shower. So the water flows here. I can feel it. It's leaning, so you know the water's not gonna go into the actual bathroom. Double vanity. I like it. I like it overall. See, when you look at the photos in MLS or on Zillow, this house looks like it is basically on a flat lot. You wouldn't even tell, you can't even tell that the driveway is crazy steep, which is why when I take you on a virtual tour or when I show you houses like this in these videos, I'll tell you, I'll show you, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. I value my time and your time. They have a pool table here in one of the, I think it's a bedroom, I have weakness for tiles, and I absolutely love this. Although I think our designer will say that it's a little too trendy and it's gonna go out of style soon. I don't care. I love it. I want it. Who else? Who else is with me? Now, technically, I think I could have turned around here, but my car is pretty big. So I think I'm just gonna go back down. So if you cannot take this heat, don't even attempt. Make sure you have good brakes. Also, if you have a low clearance car, you're gonna scrape the crap out of the bottom. Anyways, and you can also find an older home here in Kenilworth that's not gonna break your bank when you buy it, that you can make completely yours. And this one is an example of what I'm talking about. Honestly, I showed this house before in my previous video about Kenilworth, probably a year ago, and it kind of broke my heart when I saw it come up on the market again for almost half the price. So what happened was they were trying to sell it, and then something caught on fire and they took it off the market, had to completely gut it to the studs, and now basically are selling it for half the price. So we're just gonna take a peek. I'll show you what it looks like, but you will see that you can basically make it whatever you want it now, because it's like a blank canvas with still a lot of character on the exterior, and I'm sure there will be some features of that era. So from my understanding, the fire happened on the lower level and then had a lot of damage. Oh wow. I mean, it's unrecognizable. And then smoke damage was enough for them to completely having to gutter everything. You have to be careful. I had to sign hold no harm disclosure and agreement because it's basically a construction zone right now. It can be even worse than construction. I mean, but it's a large house and now available right here in Kenilworth. You can make it your own. And you can also refer to my older video. I'm gonna link it up and see what it used to look like. This was a beautiful, beautiful sunroom that connected with the living room. And it was just full of life and full of those, you know, architectural features of that era. It was just so beautiful. It was basically a 3-level house. So there's main level, and then there was upstairs and basement that was also finished with a small garage that had the cutest car in it. I wonder what happened with it. So Kenilworth really has a little bit for everyone and for different price points and for different lifestyles and different styles of homes. And so if you think that Kenilworth can be a place where you settle in, where you live, where you move to, reach out to me and my team. Our contact information is down in the description. If you have any questions about any other neighborhood in the area or parts of town, our contact information is down in the description, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.